So it all boils down to this, folks. One game to rule it all. It's the League 2 playoff final between Crawley Town and Crewe Alexandra. And behind me, there should be 100 simulations of that match over in FM 2024. And I'm going to showcase you the results. And they're coming at you next. That's right, folks, back once again with another simulation video. Today we're going to take a look at the results of 100 FM 2024 simulations of the League 2 playoff final between Crawley Town and Crewe Alexandra. We'll get to that in a second. If you're new, where you've been, smash your subscribe button, your one-stop shop for FM 2024, of course, for League 2 playoff finals, for Blackburn Bloody Rovers, of course. We are getting into the business end of the campaign over in League 2. And, of course, once one of these two teams will be in League 1 next season. Who will it be? We'll show you in a second. Of course, big shout out to the VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. And, again, if you're new, smash your subscribe. So 100 and some simulations. We'll talk about all those special numbers in a second. But before that, big shout out to the VIPs. They are the patrons. You know who you are. And, again, if you're new, where the hell have you been? Smash your subscribe, boys and girls. And, of course, let's get cracking and have a look at the results of my simulations. Alrighty then, folks, before we get into the meat of the matter, we're going to showcase you just a little bit of a sample here of the highest scoring games of those 100 simulations, or in excess of 100 simulations, for both Crawley and Crewe Alexandra. Now, the results in this could be a little bit lopsided. It's kind of like Eurovision. If you watch Eurovision, you might think Crawley's going to win it, but then out of nowhere, you might think Crewe Alexandra will win it. So bear with me until we get to the end of this, and I'll show you maybe a little bit of good news for both sides. Of course, it will slowly become apparent that one side is dominating in one area of the game than the complete package. So just bear with me. So, for example, in the high-scoring games, Crawley did chirk up a massive 4-0 win on a couple of occasions to give themselves a few more goals, maybe, than Crewe. Crewe's highest performance was a 4-1 win, conceding that one goal, and we did in fact see a 7-goal thriller going in favour of Crawley. 4-3 in the end. So so we had there was a few high scorers and of course plenty of 0-0s and all that kind of jazz. So let's break down, of course, a little bit more detail at what we're talking about. All right, folks, let's take a look at Crewe Alexandra, of course, and try and showcase you where the goals came from in these 100, I think it's 108 simulations, I don't know. We'll give you the full number in a minute. So these are the goal scores from reverse to the best. Then, of course, we'll go in to see who got the most red cards for Crewe. So we'll start at the bottom there. Rowe got himself one goal. Also, a bit of a disclaimer. Now, this is a bit of a vanilla version of FM 2024. Of course, I managed to get to simulate all the way through to the final, and then I regurgitated that match over 100 times. Transfers and all that kind of stuff. I don't know what went on within the regular season of that. So, for example, O'Riordan, who is now a Blackburn Rovers player, did feature in this and may have got a goal or two in this one. So, Rowe got himself a goal. Own goal, there was one. Sasa Davies got one goal. O'Riordan, there he is with a couple of goals for himself there. Offord got 2 goals. Adebisi got 3. And again, I do apologise for my pronunciations here. Cooney got himself 4 goals. Dimitriou got 5. Finney got 7 other goals there. Williams with 8 over the course of the 100 and some simulation. Now we're breaking into the power section here. Woodcock got himself 11 goals right there, but now it is the power 5, who of course are your main regular goal scorers according to the simulations. Well, into 5th spot it was Colkett, got himself 14 goals for Crewe over the course of the 100 and some simulations. He was joined by Powell, 16 goals for him, and then into power 3. Nevitt got 19 goals, but they did not compete with these two. That's right, in a league of their own. It was Tracy with 24 goals, but the man, the myth, the legend, it was Baker Richardson, top of the charts for Crewe with 32, and that rhymes, boys and girls. So well done to Baker Richardson, becoming the top goal scorer for Crewe over the course of the 100 simulations. I believe it's around about 1 in every 3 of the simulations he chalked up with a goal, but he's the main man of the whole tournament. Well, we'll have a look now at, of course, some red cards. Look at that red mist. 7 red cards over the course of the 100 and some simulations. Cooney, Woodcock and Powell all chalking up 1 red card. And Baker Richardson choking up with 4. Wow. Into the sin bin he goes. But let's hop on over to, of course, Crawley and take a look at their goal scorers. Now, I do believe, I don't have it on a graphic, but I do believe Crewe had more goal scorers than Crawley, so bear that in mind. Let's start from the bottom of the shop there. Sawyer, Sawyer got himself 1 goal. Williams the same. Own goal, there was 2 own goals for Crawley. Gordon chipped in with 3. Henry with 5. Then Omole with 8. We're flying up there at the ladder here now. Torresola got himself 8 as well. Right into double digits with 11. And we're now into the power 6. So we're left with Darcy. 18 goals for him over the course of the simulations. And now this is the business end of the campaign for Crawley. Top 5 goal scorers in this. We have Orsi Dadamo with 21. Wow, goodness gracious, must be some big numbers up here. Gladwin, aka ex-Rover Ben Gladwin, chipping in with 23 goals. With Lolos with 26, but left with the power 2 now with Crawley. Who is it? Get your comments down below. But it is Kelly with 34 goals, but they couldn't even do his laces up. It's Campbell with 44 goals. Wow. That's an impressive stat, of course, for the goals. But where do they all rank in the top 10 goal scorers? We'll show you in a minute here. 2 red cards, just 2 for Crawley, Campbell and Omole with 1. But now we're going to combine those numbers and take a look at the top 10 goal scorers before we break down the simulations in all a little bit glory then. So the 10th top goal scorer between the two sides combined was Powell with 16 goals. Into 9th spot, it was Darcy with 18 goals. Into the power 8, it is Nevitt from Crewe, 19 goals there. 7th has Ossie Dadamo with 21 goals. So out of the 4 revealed, it's 2 apiece so far. So even Stevens down the middle. But will it be a little bit lopsided? We'll see. Get your memory glands in there in full focus. Speaking of glands, it's Gladwin. 6th spot there for him. 23 goals for him. Tracy, though, makes it an even race with 24 goals. So now, again, 6 are revealed. 3 apiece. Nice and even. And then Lolos comes in there with 26. He's joined by Baker Richardson, the top scorer for Crewe, to make it out of the top 8 for a piece. But it is a Crawley Town heavy mountain here with Kelly and Campbell chipping in 80 goals, or just shy of 80 goals between the two sides, or two players over the course of the numbers. But it all boils down to this, folks. It all boils down to this, the breakdown of those 100 and some simulations. And we're going to do it right here, right now. I think I'll reveal, actually, there was 107 simulations. How about that? A bit of a tease there for you. 107. It has to be an odd number because we don't want it to split down the middle. But who won what? Now, again, this is broken down in a little bit of sections here. We've got normal wins within 90 minutes of extra time, penalties, and goals. Of course, you could probably work out the goals or who's got the most by those numbers already. So let's cut to the chase here. Who won the most? Well, as you can see, 107 simulations, 61 of those wins were in favour of Crawley, 46 of those wins were for Crewe. Now, let's hold it, don't go anywhere, because it does look a little lopsided for Crawley, but as we go further down, perhaps there's a little bit of a shining light for you Crewe Alexandra fans as we get closer to Wembley, of course. So, of course, just to confirm that, we flipped them around a little bit, 46 defeats, 61 for Crewe. So, within the 90 of those 107, maybe all 46 of those wins were in favour of Crewe in the 90 minutes. Yeah, it could happen. I've seen stranger things, believe it or not, but unfortunately I'm wrong. 26 of those 46 wins were in the 90 for Crewe. 43 of those 61 were in the 90 minutes for Crawley. And of course, do a quick math, that's a 69 dudes. 69 dudes of the 107 games finished within the 90 minutes. So of course, that leaves around about, what we're looking at, 40 games unaccounted for over the course of the simulation. So where do they go? Where do those 40 go? Well, in extra time, there was 23 matches that ended in extra time. Which way did they go? Did they all go in favour of Crewe? Maybe, perhaps. I think it was quite tight. In fact, look at that, very tight. Just 12 extra time wins for Crawley, 11 wins for Crewe. So, you know what, when you look at the simulations and the probabilities of these happening, it is quite even. Stevens, once it goes past the 90. Before 90, it looks like it's a favourable thing for Crawley at the moment. What about now penalty shootouts? That's a game of mentals. Who's got the mental stature to hold on here? Well, how about this? 15 of those remaining games, well, the 40 or whatever, give or take, are in penalties. Penalty shootouts, and this, Crewe, is where your bread is buttered, boys and girls. You're going to come out on top 9-6 in favour. And if you combine those two numbers up, What does that mean? Look at that then, Crewe. Look at it. The odds are in your favour after 90 minutes. 20 of the matches that ended after 90 minutes go in favour of Crewe. 18 go in favour of Crawley. A total of 38 games ending after 90 minutes. Of course, we know the goals, or we know the way the goals are going to go in favour of Crawley. So look at it. There is a glimmer or a sliver of hope for you. Of course, yes, within 90 minutes, not so much. But drag it past there, the odds significantly increase. What about me? Well, I'm going to have my own video about the League Two playoff final, my own predictions. We'll recap the table and all that kind of stuff. But this is what the supercomputer thinks. Let me know your thoughts and opinions down below as we look forward to that League Two playoff final. And of course, look forward to some League Two news whenever it comes around. But until then, subscribe, smash your like, catch you later. But until then, we are done.